complex, home of your University of Tampa Spartans. Tonight, the Spartans welcome Embry Riddle Aeronautical University. Here are tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the Eagles of Embry Riddle, who entered tonight's game with a record of 13-2. Defender is a senior from Crofton, Maryland, number 4, Kendall Leonard. Defender is a freshman from Yorktown, New York, number 6, Aliza Garofalo. Midfielder is a senior from Windermere, Florida, number 7, Devin Tott. Defender is a junior from Dana Point, California, number 6, Emily Sue. Defender is a freshman from Whitehall, Maryland, number 17, Evelyn Leonard. Defender is a sophomore from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, number 22, Emma Tlatovich. Midfielder is a junior from Allentown, Pennsylvania, number 23, Elizabeth Ninesling. Attacker is a junior from Hamlin, New York, number 25, Tori Lambs. Attacker is a junior from Norwell, Massachusetts, number 26, Murphy McDonough. Attacker is a sophomore from Vancouver, British Columbia, number 31, Callison Foreman. In goal is a sophomore from Palos Verdes, California, number 31, Aubrey Fixon. Midfielder is a sophomore from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, number 35, Sally Squire. The Eagles are coached by Leah Peppelman, assisted by Caitlin Villarreal. And now, here are the starters for your University of Tampa Spartans, who entered tonight's game with a record of 8-6. Midfielder is a junior from Sudbury, Massachusetts, number 4, O'Neal Gallinson. Midfielder is a junior from Waxhaw, North Carolina, number 6, Cece Colombo. Midfielder is a grad student from Wall, New Jersey, number 12, Madison Birch. Midfielder is a senior from Centennial, Colorado, number 16, Lizzie Pierpont. Defender is a freshman from Worthington, Ohio, number 20, Isabella Avila. Defender is a grad student from Tampa, Florida, number 21, Hudson Wagner. Defender is a senior from Smithtown, New York, number 22, Danny Waters. Defender is a senior from Whitehall, Maryland, number 23, Aaron Sistek. In goal is a junior from San Diego, California, number 29, Alex Wally. Attacker is a junior from Farmingdale, New York, number 31, Olivia Mott. Midfielder is a sophomore from Ocean City, Maryland, number 35, Alyssa Romano. And attacker is a sophomore from Hudson, Ohio, number 43, Sarah Hinkle. Head coach of your Spartans is Kelly Gallagher, assisted by Kaylee Gilday and Hillary Hand. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. NCAA, the University of Tampa, and Embry-Riddle all promote good sportsmanship by student-athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Using obscene gestures, profanity, racial, sexist, or unduly provocative language or action toward officials, opponents, spectators, or administrators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the premises. The use of artificial noisemakers and alcohol products are not permitted. Smoking is permitted along the fenced areas outside of the stadium. Folks, due to a scoreboard malfunction, the score will be kept on a scoreboard on the field. Be sure to check out our digital game program for today's matchup. Go to utgameday.com on your mobile device to view the team.
Welcome to the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, where the Tampa Spartans are getting set to host Embry-Riddle Eagles. It is number 12 Embry-Riddle against number 13 UT, and a couple of teams that are on modest winning streaks. The Spartans come in having won 3 in a row, and Embry-Riddle has won their last 2. I'm Bruce Wozniak along with Taylor Stolworthy, and 83 degrees our game time temperature. And Taylor, needless to say, an extremely important game for both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, the Spartans have already had a great 3-game win streak entering tonight's game. And as evening turns tonight, it's going to be a big question if the Spartans can keep that momentum going, as they're going to be pushing to try to get themselves set up for postseason play in the Sunshine State Conference. And it's also an important game for Embry-Riddle as well. As you mentioned, they were on a pretty good run too, and they're going to want to come in as visitors to try to shut the Spartans down. It's going to be interesting, and I think both these teams are going to be able to go out there and give us a good show.
Aubrey Fixon is the starting goaltender for Embry-Riddle, and for the Spartans, head coach Kelly Gallagher going with Alex Walling. And Walling, interestingly, she has a 3-6 one-loss record, and Kylie Warnken is undefeated this season, 5-0. But Gallagher deciding to go with the junior as opposed to the freshman, despite the difference in the one-loss records. And you see the Spartans all in white, starting off in this first quarter, going from right to left, and Embry-Riddle wearing blue, going from left to right here to start the game. And it's going to be CC Colombo for UT to take this draw to start the game. And for Embry-Riddle on the draw, that was Sally Squire. As you see the Spartans with the opening possession of the game, as it's Olivia Mott bringing it down for UT. And you see the field is, for all intents and purposes, almost completely covered with sunshine on this late Wednesday afternoon. There's a pass up top for Julia Colderman. Colderman looks for some room, drops off a little pass there from Madison Birch. Birch wanting to go one-on-one, and the defense slides over to help out, so CC Colombo with it now. Colombo pivots and looks for an open teammate. Sarah Hinkle with it. Hinkle works her way inside, scores! Just 45 seconds into the game, Sarah Hinkle makes it 1-0 Spartans.
It's just the spark the Spartans needed. Hinkle made a great play once she got the pass to get inside. As we see just on the replay, gets past 1, 2, 3 Embry-Riddle defenders to get a one-on-one shot to put the Spartans up. This is an important goal because it helps the Spartans take momentum. And when we've seen the Spartans get momentum early in a game, they've rarely lost it. It's going to be up to Embry-Riddle to try to fight right back. And the Spartans have been invulnerable to a few immediate goals off of draws and face-offs before. But that's a good start to the Spartans, and if they can build some momentum here, they can really try to take the advantage early.
Sarah Hinkle with goal number 35 on the season, and the assist goes to CC Colombo. As you see, the Spartans control this draw. Lizzie Pierpont brings it down, and UT will make some personnel changes here, as going off the field was Alyssa Romano as well as Isabella Avila, as the Spartans have it up top here in the Eagles into the field. That's Colderman. And now Hinkle, who just scored the goal. Hinkle waving a couple of her teammates over. Georgia Glowacki gives it to Colombo now. CC Colombo dances around the defender, pass in front, scores! The same combination as the first goal, Hinkle from Colombo, and the Spartans lead it 2-0.
Hinkle really just quoted SpongeBob. After scoring that first goal, just a few seconds later says, "Want to see me do it again?" Because a minute and 7 seconds after getting the first goal for the Spartans, in a very similar way, same assist and another close-range shot off a good pass, Hinkle is able to complete a brace and give Tampa the 2-0 lead. And especially, we know Hinkle has had a great season. To already start the day with 2 goals this early, that's not only great for your confidence and the confidence of your team, that's a type of goal-scoring rhythm that can be extremely hard for the other team to try to stop.
And so we'll get the next draw following that second Spartans goal. And the ball's out. And it will be picked up there by the Spartans once again. As you saw coming over to get it was Alyssa Romano, and now she plays it into the middle of the field. And UT takes it up across midfield now. On the run is Danny Waters across the Eagles line, and a pass down into the corner. And now in behind the Embry Riddle net, that's Lizzie Pierpont. Pierpont looking in front and opts not to go to Madison Birch, who is cutting. Instead, Colderman makes her way through and takes a shot that goes wide and out of play, and possession stays with the Spartans. Here's Pierpont now on the quick restart. Pierpont to Colderman, and up top it's Madison Birch over to CC Colombo on the other side. Colombo stops, and a pass controlled by Glowacki, and now she pushes it in behind the Eagles net. Here's Madison Birch cutting in front, and a save made there by Fixon. And the Eagles try to start it up out of their own end.
Good save by Fixon there to help out the defense, because the defense once again struggled to contain the Spartans, but that save now allows Embry Riddle to get their first attacking possession.
Evelyn Leonard on the move for the Eagles. A little spin move to break free, and now sends a pass over that is not going to connect. It was intended for Tori Lambs, and so the Spartans, with the turnover, take possession from right in front of their own sideline, and it's quickly up ahead to midfield, and off to the races goes CC Colombo. Pushes a pass ahead to Madison Birch. Birch on the move, a pass down into the corner. Birch comes into today's game as the Spartans' leading point getter with 45 on the season, as this is Pierpont working, and up top it goes to Colderman. Colderman tries to get around the defender, takes a shot, and Fixon got a piece of that one. And she settles it down for Embry Riddle, and now looks for an open teammate. Finds one, and up ahead with it come the Eagles, as this is Teletovic. Now she plays it back, and crossing midfield is Ninesling, and a swarm of Spartans defenders around her. And there's a pass now for Callison Foreman down the far side, and she'll leave a pass there as Embry Riddle sets up in the Spartans' end of the field. Squire, pass over for Garofalo. Eliza Garofalo being checked by O'Neill Gallinson, and they try the other side of the field. And some nifty footwork there, but good defense from Alyssa Romano as the Eagles find an opening in the slot, and a shot that goes out of play. Possession remains with the Eagles as the shot clock is down to 20 now. And a loose ball, they battle for it, and looks like they'll call a push on Aaron Sistek. Shot clock at 10 now. Play continues, and Embry Riddle's going to need to get a shot away here. And there's one that goes wide and out of play, and the shot clock is going to expire. And so the Eagles turn it over, and not the way they want to get their first sustained possession.
It's good to be able to control and slow down the pace of the game after conceding 2 goals early, but Yeah, Bruce, they don't want to come up short, especially having those opportunities. And they really didn't get too many shots on target, but they were able to hold on to it. They didn't lose possession in a costly manner. And right here, they're now able to get another chance with a great interception.
And now up ahead they come. And one-on-one there is McDonough. And the Spartans will cause a turnover. Nice job there defensively for UT by Hollis and Wagner. And now the Spartans try the far side of the field and across midfield. Up across the Embry-Riddle line, there's a pass in the middle. And Emma McLaughlin slows it down as they push it into the corner. That's Lizzie Pierpont back there behind the Eagles' net. Pierpont over to the other side of the field. And Emma McLaughlin looks to go one-on-one. Defense stays with her. Birch with a shot, scores! Madison Birch with a little shot that fooled Aubrey Fixon, and UT goes up 3-0.
I think the reason it fooled it was because it was from a little bit further away. Usually throughout the season we've seen women's lacrosse get up close and personal, fire in close-range shots. But here, about I'd argue maybe a mid-range look is just able to fool the goalie and just get in the back of the net. Sometimes if you've got an open look, you got to take it, because if a goalie's not expecting it, they could be caught off guard, and shots that otherwise would look more like an easy or medium difficulty save turn out to be a nice goal, and the Spartans now lead by 3.
And I had mentioned before that Madison Birch came into today as the team's leading point getter, also came in as the team's leading goal scorer, and in fact, she now hits the 40-goal plateau for the season. So a timeout is called by Embry-Riddle head coach Leah Pappelman, and we will do the same. You're watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And we're back following the timeout called by Embry-Riddle, as they have watched the Spartans score the first 3 goals of the game, as we are 6 minutes and 13 seconds into the first quarter. And we'll have a different look here, as Cece Colombo had been taking the draws for the Spartans up until this point. And this time around it's going to be Sarah Hinkle.
So far, the draws have gone in Tampa's favor, at least a majority of them, so it'll be interesting to see if Hinkle can continue the Spartan success with this draw right here. A little bit under 9 to go.
And for Embry-Riddle, that was Elizabeth Ninesling. As you see the Eagles in possession here, up across the Tampa line. And they push it into the far corner. And trying to work her way out front was Foreman. And a whistle there, stopping play, a call against the Spartans. And so Callison Foreman, who hails from Vancouver, British Columbia, she will get a free position attempt here against Alex Walling. And watch out for a pass maybe over to Garofalo. No. Eliza Garofalo looked like she was ready to try to pounce on the open side. Eagles working here And remember, their last trip down the field, they did not get a shot on goal. And now there's a pass in front, shot coming, and a save made by Walling. And the loose ball, the Spartans control the rebound, and Walling herself sends the pass over. And now up comes UT as Christina Romano brings it up. Accelerates as she crosses midfield. Romano carries on across the Eagles line, and a pass to Pierpont now. Behind the net goes Olivia Mott. Mott pops out the other side, up top to Emma McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets around the defender, and the ball comes out, and it goes right to goaltender Aubrey Fixon. I don't even know that was even a shot.
Yeah, I think it was just deflected out of the stick. I think just good defense to collapse at the right time. I almost thought that she was going to be able to get through, but I think at one of the final seconds, they got the six in the way. And, yeah, it didn't look like a shot, rather a pretty good cause turnover.
Teletovic for the Eagles across midfield, and nothing but white shirts there, and she has to retreat and sends it instead to Emily Sue. Sue is checked there, and the official right there on the spot calls it in favor of the Spartans, and McKelsey Montgomery quickly puts it into play, and ahead goes Sarah Hinkle. Hinkle on the move. Pass in front. Oh, Pierpont hit the goalpost.
That was a really well-worked play and even a good shot. Unfortunately for Pierpont, just ricochets off the top of the post and out of play. Tampa gets the ball back, but that could have been 4-0, and oof, this is a what-if right there.
Madison Birch fakes the shot. Nice backhand pass there as it goes down into the corner, and to the far side, Emma McLaughlin. And McLaughlin up top is Hinkle for Birch. And now here goes Montgomery. Spins away from the defender, backs off, and up top, Birch over to the far side of the field. And here comes Christina Romano. Romano looking for an opening, gives it to Birch instead. And lots of traffic in front of Aubrey Fixon's net. And the Eagles making the Spartans work here. And the shot clock is down to just 10 seconds for UT now. McLaughlin looking for some room. Hinkle in front, and it rolls right to Fixon. And so Embry Riddle almost gets the same defensive stand that UT had down at the other end on the possession when the Eagles weren't able to get a shot away.
Yeah, although Tampa, that time they'd only got the shot off the fast break before. But I've noticed ever since that timeout, Embry Riddle's looked a lot better in terms of defensively, being set and clogging the middle of the goal, limiting the Spartans' opportunities, and also being able to force turnovers when they need to.
Here goes Garofalo, and chased by O'Neill Gallinson. Ninesling sends a pass into the corner. And McDonough trying to go one-on-one. And Murphy McDonough backs up towards the sidelines. A nice move by her, comes in front, and the shot goes out of bounds behind the UT net. Possession stays with the Eagles. Nice opportunity there for Murphy McDonough. And here come the Eagles knocking on the door again. And a whistle stopping play as Callison Foreman was trying to get in front of Alex Walling, and a call against the Spartans. So the second free position attempt of the game for Callison Foreman. And holds on to it. Drops a pass off. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Embry Riddle. The ball's loose, though, and looked like Hinkle was going to come up with it, but the Eagles get it back. And now Emma McLaughlin almost caused a turnover. They call her, however. The Eagles trying to get a shot away before the shot clock expires. The ball's out, and the Spartans pick it up as the shot clock was about to expire. And here go the Spartans back down the other way. On the run is Danny Waters. Pass in the middle, Birch, Hinkle, and the shot goes wide and out of bounds.
That's got to be painful for Hinkle there, a few inches away from securing a first quarter hat trick. But there's no real harm for the Spartans as they do maintain possession. The shot clock at 69 seconds.
Yeah, that one is about as frustrating as the goalpost that Lizzie Pierpont had hit, as Birch sends a pass over for Cece Colombo, and now to Georgia Glowacki, who had just come on the field. Over for Colderman. Pass inside, and no opportunity to shoot for Pierpont, so she passes it behind the net. And now to the other side of the field, here's Cece Colombo looking for room to work and thought she had an opening and is now chased by the defender, so goes up top to Colderman. Colderman has a little bit of room and a tough angle to shoot from, so she goes back up to Birch. And now to the far side, Cece Colombo once again. Colombo on the move, looking and saw Colderman, but she was covered, so goes behind the net. And now Mott, a pass in front, scores! The quick stick by Madison Birch, and the Spartans increase their lead to 4-0 with 2:47 left in the first.
You don't see one-timers all that often in lacrosse, but right there, I think that's the perfect way you can describe that play. A well-worked pass from behind, just lofted up and then just tapped in. And after that, I think it was just Fixon jumping a second early, not able to get set again, as Birch is able to get a second goal so far. So both Spartan goal scorers who've contributed for all four of the goals have combined or have 2 goals apiece. And Tampa continues their great start, leading 4-0.
And now Cece Colombo back out for the draw. Shots on goal are 6-1 in favor of the Spartans so far. And the Eagles will ultimately come away with this one as it's controlled by Ninesling and played back, mishandled by Teletovic. Now she picks it up and sends it up ahead for McDonough. And here goes Garofalo for the Eagles. Eliza Garofalo being watched closely there by Isabella Avila, and now loses her stick, and the Spartans get the turnover as O'Neill Gallinson looks for some room, and Gallinson loses the ball twice, and the official right there on the spot to call that one for UT, as we're down now to exactly 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Spartans heading back down looking for more, as here's Pierpont over for Colderman. On the far side it goes to Glowacki, and now in behind the Eagles net. Mott looking in front, nobody there. Olivia Mott's going to keep it herself, and now a pass for Colderman, and to the other side of the field. Cece Colombo's tried a few times from over there, and they keep closing the door on her, as you see happen once again. And Colderman, a little flip pass for Birch. Madison Birch over for Cece Colombo. Will she try it one more time? Looking for an open teammate. Gets Birch, who shoots, and that one goes wide now to play. And another long shot that we're not accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it worked earlier, so I don't blame him for trying again. And honestly, I do think that teams should try to take those longer shots more often, as there's going to be a loose ball. Embry Riddle not fully able to come away with it. The referee finally gives them possession. But yeah, if you're able to aim it well enough and get it with enough velocity, that can be very hard to stop. So I definitely think that the Spartans could try to find more of them.
And here come the Eagles. Crossing midfield, and play stops. Almost looked like there was going to be a timeout taken, but not the case. Just 46 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Teletovic sends a pass up ahead. Evelyn Leonard with it. And now Garofalo sends a pass into the corner. 30 seconds left in the quarter, a loose ball, and the Spartans get to it first. And now it's controlled, well, knocked down by the Eagles, as it looked like the Spartans were about to break out. And now there's another errant pass, and O'Neill Gallinson gets to it first for UT. 12 seconds in the quarter. She does have great speed, though. Gallinson looks for an open teammate, has Birch. 6 seconds left. Madison Birch, pass, and a shot coming. Out of play, and the official's whistle had been blown as well, and we have a Embry Riddle player down in the field, slow in getting up. That's Emily Sue. And this all coming with just 2 seconds left in the opening quarter. And fortunately, Emily Sue looks to be okay. And we're going to have a free position attempt here for the Spartans. And Glowacki scores! Georgia Glowacki, as time expires on the first quarter, and the Spartans go up 5-0.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's just a perfect start for the Spartans. Very efficient from the field, 7 shots on goal, 5 of them being able to get in, and they've only conceded 1 shot on goal, which was saved nicely by Walling. And entering the first quarter break, they're able to enjoy a 5-0 lead with real control, and getting that goal right at the end is an extra shot in the arm to solidify their momentum. Embry Riddle has a lot of work to do, but plenty of time, 45 minutes, and potentially more to fight back.
Let's see what the second quarter has in store as we go to a break. You're watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
And we're back at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, where the number 13 Tampa Spartans have a 5-0 lead over the number 12 Embry Riddle Eagles after 1 quarter of play. And Taylor, as you pointed out at the end of the quarter there, amazing that the Spartans have outshot Embry Riddle 7-1. I don't know what's more alarming, them scoring on 5 of their 7 shots, or Embry Riddle only having 1 shot the entire quarter.
I think what Embry Riddle has been lacking so far is commitment. And I think that's most evident in their 2 free positions. The one international player on both sides, Callison Foreman, who is taking both of those free positions, backed out and cycled the ball back to give Embry Riddle possession. A free position gives you a legitimate position for a shot. And even though the records show that Walling would be the weaker keeper to go against, Walling actually has a better save percentage, you still should try the free positions because they're basically giving you a really nice chance. And if it's saved or if it misses wide, you're still most likely ending up with possession, so you can then just recycle a few seconds later. I think they just need to get some shots on target, and eventually they will be able to go in. As good as Walling is with veteran experience, Walling's not realistically going to be able to stop every shot. Although, Walling is good, like Walling can keep up this work and put on a really good game, but it's going to be hard. The more shots you take, the better chance that one will eventually come in. And the Spartans, that's been their alma mater. And I know that's not the right way to say it, but they've been able to take enough shots that they're able to get enough in to secure them wins when their shot accuracy isn't perfect. And today, it almost is.
And Cece Colombo breaks in, and her shot was deflected by Embry Riddle. And again, things starting out where they left off in the first quarter. And also doesn't help Embry Riddle that they committed 7 turnovers in the first quarter, as we're going to see a free position attempt here for CC Colombo, and that is not a player that you want to give an opportunity like this to. And let's see what she can do with it. And a quick pass instead down low and in front, and a nice save there by Aubrey Fixon. A sneaky little play as CC Colombo opts to go with the pass down in the goal line, and Embry Riddle coming back down the other way. And now there's a pass that connects with Callison Foreman. And let's see if that save by Fixon down at the other end of the field gives Embry Riddle a little bit of momentum. And the official is going to call that one for UT, it looks like.
That, I think, was the chance Embry Riddle had. There was a wide open player in a dangerous position. The pass is just a few inches wide, and it turns what could have been an Embry Riddle first goal into another Spartan possession as they look to go up by 6.
Aaron Sistek with the pass up ahead to Pierpont, and now Mott behind the Eagles' net. Olivia Mott, no white jerseys open in front of the net. Never mind open, not even in front of the net, period. As this is Bryn Nestor with it now for UT. Nestor with a nice little spin move. Nestor has it knocked from her stick, and the official immediately pulls the flag out for a call against Embry Riddle. And we are just a minute 48 into the second quarter. Spartans with a 5-0 lead, and Bryn Nestor with a free position attempt here, looking to make it 6. And takes a shot, and Fixon handles that one. And at some point, if Aubrey Fixon starts to find her groove, it's going to be a matter of needing her teammates to support her offensively at the other end of the field, as you see another chance here for UT.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, with how Embry Riddle's offense has been going, Fixon could save every single shot for the rest of the game, and I'm not certain if Embry Riddle would find enough chances. And so far, Fixon already 4 saves, a couple coming this quarter. Already a nice little jump, making some good saves.
And Bryn Nestor scores! So she didn't get it on the free position attempt, but she gets it this time, and the Spartans' lead now grows to 6-0.
Fixon had a good chain of saves in a row, but unfortunately for Fixon, it ends right there off a good shot by Bryn Nestor. And of course, looking at the replay again, just gets the outside on the player guarding her and takes a nice shot that is able to beat Fixon to the far side. And with that, Nestor is able to tack on her first of the game, and the Spartans now lead by 6.
And goal number 7 on the season for Bryn Nestor. It's unassisted, and it comes 2 minutes, 27 seconds into this second quarter. And now we'll see CC Colombo out there for UT to take this draw. And draw controls to this point are 4-2 in favor of the Spartans. One area where the Eagles have kept it somewhat close, and these 50-50 balls are going to mean so much more as this game goes along, especially if the Spartans continue to hold a sizable lead as they have right now, 6-0. You see the Eagles in possession this time, and this is Durham. Durham tries to cut inside and is closed off by Aaron Sistek as it's in behind the Spartans' net. And a call there, it looks like it's going to be against Isabella Avila. And so Alexa Zerudo puts it in for the Eagles. And to the far side of the field it goes. Oh! Oof. And a collision there. As you saw, Alyssa Romano try to go for the takeaway for UT. And meanwhile, Elizabeth Ninesling, the Eagles player, slow in getting up. As Alyssa Romano heads over to the Spartans sideline, and she looks to be okay, not even being attended to by trainers. So presumably she's all right, as the Eagles will put it back into play, and it's on the far side of the field now.
Good to see Ninesling doing well after that as well, as possession with the ball loose is headed to the Spartans. But, yeah, you never like to see those collisions like that on the field. So good to see both players up and moving, and Ninesling still in the game, and I imagine we'll see Romano back in shortly.
Meanwhile, this is Aaron Sistek starting it up for UT. Sistek on the run and has room, crosses midfield, and now 2 defenders come over for the Eagles to help out, and it's played back to Danny Waters. Her pass over for Emma McLaughlin. And here come the Spartans as they move it down in behind the Eagles' net. That's Pierpont back there. Pierpont a pass in front. Sarah Hinkle scores! Her second goal of the game, and the Spartans go up 7-0. And great passing there as UT continues to add to their lead.
Yeah, great goal there by Hinkle. I mean, we saw just a great play, able to cut inside and get the shot off. And it's just, again, I think Tampa, after that timeout, Embry Riddle's doing better at stopping Tampa from getting space inside, but Tampa's been starting to find it again, and it's something that the Eagles really need to focus on fixing to limit those chances by the Spartans. And I think I just might have been wrong in keeping track of my stats. I actually could have sworn that it was actually the goal to give Hinkle a hat trick, as Hinkle had gotten... I'll have to double check the stats afterward, but no matter what, still a good start for Hinkle. 2 or 3 goals to open up the game.
And this is Hinkle out there on this draw. And that was Paige Jones for Embry Riddle as a loose ball. Neither team able to control it yet as it rolls towards the far corner. And good hustle there as it's chased down by Kendall Leonard. And the Eagles will start out of their own end. Emily Sue with a pass up ahead for Paige Jones. And another collision as bouncing right back up was Christina Romano. And off goes Paige Jones across the Spartans line. And now a pass, Zariah Durham. And up top it goes on the move as Ellie Daly, and a pass over to the far side of the field. Looking for some room to work there is McDonough. And McDonough turns the corner, has some room, scores! Murphy McDonough, and the officials come together to talk it over to see if they'll let the goal stand or not. It's coming 4:56 into the second quarter. And Murphy McDonough wanted to celebrate, and they looked to the other official as well. And the goal will not stand.
And that is just heartbreaking for Embry Riddle. Now having played, as the time goes down, the next 4 seconds, 25 minutes without a single goal to really show for it. And that was a little bit of a broken play, but sometimes broken plays are what you need to score. The referee said it just was a little too broken for their liking. So it saves the Spartans right there, but for the Eagles, it means they're just going to need to keep fighting a little bit harder as the Spartans bring it back up.
That's Emma McLaughlin, and into the corner goes to Pierpont, and now to Olivia Mott. Mott looking in front, and covered was Madison Birch, so instead behind the net. And Pierpont sends it back up top for Birch, over for McLaughlin. And now Christina Romano back to Emma McLaughlin again. Madison Birch. And looking for an open teammate, McKelsey Montgomery. She gives it to Romano. Back to Montgomery, and a swarm of blue shirts there as Birch has it now into the corner. Quick passing here by UT. And out in front they score! Lizzie Pierpont, and a passing clinic there by the Spartans.
Yeah, real tiki-taka, as you would call it in the world of soccer, but for the Spartans, they don't care what you call it. They just want to see the goal at the end of it, and they were able to get it right here. That final pass just gives Pierpont a one-on-one look, and you have to feel bad for Fixon. She's doing all she can to try to make the save, but realistically, that's nearly an impossible shot to block. The Spartans now go up by 8, and also it was Mott finding that pass to Pierpont to get an assist.
UT has now scored on 8 of 12 shots. And amazingly, the Eagles still with just the 1 shot on goal this whole game. And a timeout is called on the field, so we will take a timeout as well. You're watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is like the third time.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
15-minute quarters.
Yeah, 15 and then plus 5. Oh.
And we're back following the timeout by Embry Riddle. And some pretty alarming numbers jumping off of the stat sheet right now. Not only the 12-1 shots on goal favoring UT, but the Spartans have caused 10 turnovers. And the Eagles have caused just 5. And really have themselves quite a hole to dig out of here as we're awaiting this draw that follows what was the 8th Spartans goal scored by Lizzie Pierpont. Olivia Mott, as Taylor said, getting the assist. Sarah Hinkle taking the draw for UT, and it looks like unofficially might be Emily Sue. Can't tell from this angle. It looks to be 15. I'll have that for you in just a moment here as they get set. And now the official is ready. And no, that was 35, not 15. So Sally Squire has the ball's loose. And running it down for UT, Emma McLaughlin. And the official right there on the spot to call it in favor of Embry Riddle. And they play it back to their goaltender, Fixon. And now she moves over to the other side of the field. And that is Emily Sue. Sue looking for an opening, and good pressure by UT as they get it across midfield to Evelyn Leonard. And the Spartans able to cause a turnover? No. A call there against the Spartans, and so possession stays with Embry Riddle, and they put it into play, and it's on the far side of the field. In the far corner now. And an opportunity here in front, a bounce shot. And it looked like Alex Walling might have gotten a piece of that one as possession stays with Embry Riddle. Nice move there. And in front they score. So the Eagles finally get on the board. 7 minutes and 5 seconds into the second quarter, so it took them more than 22 minutes to finally get the goose egg off the board.
Yeah, and I will say, though, that's not just a goal that's going to help them there. It just puts an entire weight off their shoulders. They can say, okay, we finally got it. Let's now keep fighting to get back into this game. And honestly, I know it's going to be disappointing for Walling. Not a lot she could do there. It was a well-worked play, and they were able to get by the Spartan defense to give a really good chance. The shot was able just to beat Walling the opposite side and going back in the net. The Spartans still in control, leading 8-1, but for Embry Riddle, that is a breath of fresh air. And sometimes these games can turn on a dime. We'll have to see how the Spartans respond and if the Eagles can keep up momentum.
Zariah Durham got the goal. That's her 22nd of the season. As you see, the Spartans in possession here. And it's Olivia Mott moving it up now to Emma McLaughlin. McLaughlin on the move, tries the slot, has some room, and Fixon makes a save there. And she settles it down for the Eagles. Although the Spartans have been applying good pressure in making Embry Riddle work to get it out of their own end of the field. As you see them not even able to cross midfield here yet. As there's a pass that goes up ahead. And still not to midfield. In fact, back to their own restraining line. And a loose ball is going to be picked up by the Spartans. Olivia Mott on the run. And so the Eagles not even able to get it across midfield. And UT going to work here, trying to restore their 8-goal lead as Embry Riddle has finally gotten on the scoreboard. Here's Romano with it. Romano with a pass over for Birch. Madison Birch, errant pass in front, and the Eagles come away with it. No, another loose ball. And the official right there to award possession to the visitors. And let's see if Embry Riddle can get it across midfield this time as it's headed towards the far side of the field, and there's a pass that doesn't connect, and in fact it's turned over. And that's been a significant part of the story here so far for the Eagles, as they have 13 turnovers in this game. And the Spartans moving into the far corner and now behind the net. Pierpont over for Cece Colombo. Up top with it, Sarah Hinkle. And they move it around to Colderman. And now behind the Eagles' net. That's Olivia Mott. Mott looks in front, keeps it herself for the time being. And Mott, nobody open. And finally, they reset as Colderman pushes it up top to Birch. Over for Cece Colombo. Colombo wanting to go one-on-one here. And she'll send a pass instead to Birch. A little flip pass back to Colombo. And looked like she wanted to shoot. Gets a pass away instead as Nestor pushes it behind the net. That's Mott. And now Pierpont looking in front. Shot clock at 22. Good defense here by the Eagles as Mott takes it in behind the Eagles' net. Nobody in front for UT. Here's Madison Birch. Looked like she was going to shoot from way out and now tries the lane and scores. The official had the flag out, but the Spartans are able to beat Aubrey Fixon again and go back into an 8-goal lead. It's 9-1.
I'm going to be honest, I actually didn't even notice the ball going into the back of the net. As she goes down, gets the shot off, and is able to beat Fixon. And the Spartans once again have an 8-goal lead. And that's an important response for the Spartans. They had a really good start, and once that first goal is conceded, that can hurt a team, that can get them off track. But it's almost like you forget that this is the Tampa Spartans, and this is a team that is always able to bounce back quickly. And believe it or not, this team doesn't even have 10 wins this season. And yet, every single time they come out here, I've rarely seen them put on a bad performance. they are always able to keep focused, and whenever things aren't going their way, the next game they bounce right back. The next possession they bounce right back. The next quarter they bounce right back.
Well, and this is a Spartans team that on this current 3-game winning streak, they have outscored the opposition 60-19. So they've basically averaged winning their last 3 games 20-6. And it should not be a surprise as a result that they've got 9 goals up on the board so far, as we're down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the first half. UT with the ball again. CC Colombo over for Glowacki and back to Colombo. Pass over for Birch, over for Colderman, and now coming out from behind the net, Pierpont in front. Olivia Mott scores! And it's 10-1 as Olivia Mott becomes the latest Spartans player to get into the goal column.
I will say, very nice espionage work by Olivia Mott to sneak into Hogwarts and steal the invisibility cloak. She was all alone in front of the net. No one even near her by the time she got the ball, allowing for one of the easiest goals Mott will find in her career. And the disappointment will now continue from Riddle as they now are down 10-1, Tampa reaching the 10-goal milestone.
Olivia Mott with goal number 17 on the season, and the assist to Lizzie Pierpont. And so Lizzie Pierpont now has herself 3 points on 1 goal and 2 assists.
A great start in the first half by Pierpont. I know Pierpont might like to try to get a second goal by the time the second quarter or third quarter ends to try to complete a double-double. Although a double-double of 10 goals and 10 assists is probably impossible in lacrosse. I imagine it's happened by a superhero player before, but I wouldn't expect it today.
That was Sally Squire and CC Colombo on the draw. And you see possession here to the Spartans. And 2 of the officials having a quick chat with each other, and they award possession to Embry Riddle, as it looked like it was initially signaled that it was going to be UT ball. And again, some confusion as CC Colombo talking to one of the officials, and they stick with Embry Riddle with the possession for now as Squire pushes it up ahead. And now this is Ellie Daly. Daly with a spin move and a pass over, and now into the corner. And a nice move there, although it's taken behind the Spartans' net, and a pass for Durham, who has the only Embry Riddle goal. Now up top with it. And some good footwork there by Ellie Daly, and a pass, and Alyssa Romano, wow, puts the hurt on Sally Squire. And immediately Alyssa Romano says, yep, I know, I'm going. And off she heads towards the penalty area on the far side of the field.
Good to see Squire immediately back up, though. That was a little bit of a bump, and those can always be sometimes a little bit scary, but Squire's back up and ready to take the free position right here.
And so following the call against Alyssa Romano, a free position attempt here for Embry Riddle now. It's coming with 3:11 left in the first half. And there's the shot, they score. And Sally Squire bounces back from the takedown by Alyssa Romano and gets the Eagles' second goal of the game.
And that's what the Eagles needed to do in the first quarter with their earlier free positions. You have to run up and try the shot. And this time, it works. Squire gets a step ahead of the Tampa defenders and gets the look to get by Walling. Those are opportunities where, if that works, that's pretty much a goal. I'd argue 50-60% of the time at worst. So, right here, the dice rolls in Embry Riddle's favor, and now they're back, getting a little bit closer. It's still 10-2 Spartans, but that's an important goal to try to salvage some momentum. And with 3 minutes left, they're going to want to try to get one more to keep generating momentum entering the break.
Interestingly, both teams with a .667 goal percentage so far in the game. The Spartans with 10 goals on 15 shots. Embry Riddle with 2 goals on 3 shots. but it's that 10-2 lead that really is the story of the game. As keep in mind, this is a number 12 Embry Riddle team and a number 13 Spartans team, and I think everybody would have been surprised if you would have said beforehand that one of the teams would be up 10-2 with 2:45 left in the second quarter. That's where we are right now, as Embry Riddle looking for more here, and there's a pass and no room at the inn, as the saying goes, and a flag comes out, call against the Spartans.
I think that one was on Holliston Wagner, and I think that was just an aggressive check. No penalty on the play. Just going to be still possession with Embry Riddle.
And that's
Although I
Murphy
think
McDonough who has it, and the officials are going to come together to make sure that Holliston Wagner goes behind McDonough as a result of having committed the offense. And so play resumes, and into the corner it goes to Zariah Durham. And now Squire sends it up. And here goes Ninesling. Pass now for Daly. Daly leaves it there for Squire. Squire, being watched, gets through and hit the goalpost. And the Eagles get the rebound. Another shot taken. It goes wide and out of play. And possession remains with Embry Riddle, as we're down now to 1 minute and 47 seconds left. And Durham puts it into play. And now a pass in front. It's knocked down, and the Spartans will take that one away as Danny Waters heads across midfield. Danny Waters, no Eagles players around her, and Waters just jogs it down and now sends a pass up ahead as it's given to Pierpont behind the net. Pierpont, looking at Bryn Nestor, gives it to her. And now up top, Cece Colombo. Colombo weighing her options. And now sends it over. This is Pierpont, a little flip pass for Colombo, who cuts in, takes a shot, and it goes wide and out of play. And 1 minute left now. Spartans still in possession. And Colderman for Pierpont. Cece Colombo once again. Over for Nestor. And Nestor, no lane available, sends it behind the net. There's a pass, and Pierpont gets a pick from Colombo and now gives it to Cece. 22 on the shot clock, and the whistle, as there will be a call against the Eagles. And this comes with 30 seconds left in the second quarter. And a free position attempt now for Cece Colombo. And here she goes one-on-one and sends it high over top of the net. And a nice job there by the Spartans. Olivia Mott scores! She got the missed shot by Colombo and then brought it out front herself. And it looks like Olivia Mott will have her second goal of the game. The officials come together to talk it over. There was a Eagles player that was down on the field and still, in fact, has not gotten up. As you see, the training staff out there, and they have also not put a goal up on the board.
I'll have to wait and see what the call on that is, but obviously when a player's down, the priority isn't the goal, it's the player, and she is being helped off, and looks like, with just a little help from her coach, walking off on her own power, and that is Emily Sue. So good to see. Hopefully Sue can return, and it's maybe just the wind being knocked out or a tiny bruise, nothing more than that. But yeah, the goal disallowed. Play will continue with 21 seconds to go, and the ball most certainly will go to Embry Riddle in this case, as Sue is being helped off the field.
Well, and with only 21 seconds left and the difficulties that Embry Riddle has had just getting the ball not even up to midfield out of their own end, you have to wonder, is there a last shot for them? Because 21 seconds all of a sudden doesn't look like that much with the way things have gone for them so far.
And you can even look at just how aggressive Tampa is looking on defense there. Marking players tightly, playing up the field. It's a sea of white that has not been very easy for the Eagles to get by. But this time they are able to get up, and there might be some last-second heroics.
4 seconds left on the clock. And can they get a shot away? No. So the horn goes on what admittedly is a very one-sided first half. The Spartans led 5-0 after the first quarter. They score 5 more times in the second. And we go into the halftime break with a 10-2 Spartans lead. So we will have a 10-minute halftime. Do come back after that to join us for the third quarter. You're watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person, and we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity, you know the roof on fire.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
2020 Spartans, one of the best collegiate lacrosse teams of all time. For princess, but tonight I can make you my queen and make.
Let's hear it for the injured Eagle, number 15, Emily Sue. Tampa goal scored on the free position attempt by number 12, Madison Birch.
Teammate tries to get around the defender, nothing there, and Birch missed the pass and then is able to pick it up and send it into the corner for Pierpont. And in front, it's knocked down, and good heads-up defense by the Eagles. Goaltender Fixon looking for an open teammate.
And Fixon so far with 5 saves was able to make another one right there and help start the play. And you can't blame Alana Fixon. She's had some really good plays, and this deficit would be definitely a bit more if a weaker goalie was in the net. Just not a lot Fixon can do on the free positions and sometimes the wide open looks the Spartans would get.
Ninesling has it. And this is Ellie Daly. Back once again to Ninesling. Turns the corner, has a look, and a good save there by Alex Walling, as Embry Riddle finally with a quality scoring chance, just not able to convert.
Yeah, and that chance right there was helped by a really, really good screen that I think absolutely caught Tampa, both defenders who were marking the players, by surprise to give a wide open look. However, the shot able to be saved by Walling, Walling picking up a second save.
And Walling gets it up ahead to Cece Julia Colderman. Her name has been called quite a bit so far in this game, Colderman, and yet she doesn't have a point. Although here's an opportunity for potentially a goal with this one-on-one against Aubrey Fixon. And a save there, loose ball, pulled down by the Eagles. And the official right there confirm that.
That is a heads-up save by Fixon, and I have to say, that was nearly the perfect trade position. We saw two players, and only one of them could be guarded, and I feel like that the Embry Riddle defender who was there just picked the wrong player to guard. It gave Bryn Nestor an open look down the middle in front of the goal. 9 times out of 10, that's going in the back of the net. But Fixon says, no, you're not going to get this one past me. And is able to get another save, keeping it 11-2 and preventing that goal right there. And also, it does deny the first point.
And the Spartans, as you saw there, the ball went out of bounds by the Eagles, and so the Spartans took over. And now here they are setting up offensively and leading by 9. And we're just past 5 minutes into the third quarter. UT trying to get their 4th straight victory. And last year, of course, there were games that didn't happen due to the pandemic, as there's a shot, scores! Christina Romano, and it's a 10-goal UT lead, which means that by rule we will now go to a running clock. I was going to say that last year UT was 7-3. Of course, there were games, as I was starting to say, that didn't happen for COVID reasons, and so a 700 winning percentage, and they are looking really well at the right time of year. As I mentioned, having won their last 3 games by a combined score of 60-19, and now here they are with a 12-2 lead, ranked number 13, and doing so against a team ranked number 12.
And I think this is what's important. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. In the NFL a few years ago, the Pittsburgh Steelers started 11-0, but collapsed at the end of the season, and because of that, they had literally no momentum to enter the postseason and got blown out by an objectively weaker team. Here, it's almost the opposite. The Spartans, a slightly slow start, but now have been banging wins back and forth, and even though their record might not be that great, even 8-6 is really solid, and it might just be able to become 9-6. They've been able to keep losses close, and they've had really tough opponents. I mean, they lost to Grand Valley State, who was ranked 14, ranked number 12, Regis, in a close 11-10 loss. It's not like Tampa has really been getting blown out by weak competition. A loss against number 3 Queens, a loss against number 4 Linderwood, both within 5-goal or a 10-goal loss to Linderwood, but a 1-goal loss to Queens. Tampa's strength of schedule, I think, has been the main reason their record isn't as shiny as a 13-2 or a 12-3, but they are proving with games like this that they can not only match but be better than the quality of some of the top teams in the nation. So
Zariah Durham with a free position attempt, and Walling with a nice save there. And Taylor, you're right. At the beginning of last month, the Spartans were going lose, win, lose, win, lose, lose, and then they won their final game of the month. So they are peaking at the right time. And here especially a big 10-goal lead as O'Neill Gallinson runs it up and gets past a defender and now pushes it up ahead to Pierpont, and now in behind the Eagles' net. Olivia Mott with it. And this is Emma McLaughlin. Her pass over for Birch. Birch gives a pass to Montgomery. And now goes in behind the Eagles' net. Pierpont looking in front. Montgomery couldn't control the pass. And a loose ball. And let's see who comes out of the pack with it. Aubrey Fixon puts her stick in there and says, I'll take that. And away her teammates go on the other side of the field as a pass connects at midfield. The Eagles, and there's a collision on the far side of the field. We've seen a lot of collisions in this game. A lot of Eagles players ending up on the ground.
Yeah, and even though they do happen with Spartan players, the Spartans have gotten up more often. So I would really say for Embry Riddle, it's just a case of Murphy's Law. Literally everything that could have gone wrong has. From being unlucky with having some great saves by Walling to defensively not being able to contain the Spartans that well. And, of course, with these, they've been taking a few knocks. And as we saw with the earlier injury from Emily Sue, and hopefully Sue is able to recover of her, as that definitely looked like a foot ankle injury. And hopefully it's nothing too serious as we saw her get carried off.
And I had seen her being worked on. She was being stretched on the far side of the field before, and neither she nor the trainer are no longer there and or in that position, so you'd like to hope that maybe that's progress as play resumes here with the Eagles. Keep in mind that we're in a running clock here by rule due to the 10-goal advantage, as there's a pass that goes in behind the Spartans' net and out to the other side and back down low. It's in behind the UT net. McDonough out in front, and the shot by Daly. I think that Walling might have gotten a piece of that one. Shot clock did reset, and the Eagles trying to get another shot away, and there's an opportunity. They score. Sally Squire, and now the clock will stop with a 9-goal difference with 5:48 left here in the third quarter.
And that was just a good goal. The first, I think that shot from earlier that went high, missed, and for Squire, that's the second goal of the game. But yeah, it's going to be a breath of fresh air, and just a well-taken shot from a little bit further distance that Walling couldn't get to. Walling so far 50% on saves. And the game is once again 12-3. The running clock is gone for now. Spartans now have a chance to try to get it back running, and Embry Riddle, they still have 15 minutes and 5:48 left to go. Never say never, but it would definitely take a little bit of luck that they just have not had all day.
Sarah Hinkle and the goal scorer, Sally Squire, on the draw as it's chased down by Cece Colombo. And she controls here for the Spartans. Breaks away from a couple of defenders and gives a pass to Emma McLaughlin. McLaughlin over for Montgomery. And Birch down into the corner to Pierpont. Pierpont takes a quick glance, see what's open in front of the net. Nothing, gives it to Colombo instead. Cece bounces out in front, and two defenders all over her. And right in front of the official, who opts to call nothing at all, amazingly. And the Eagles will start it up now, as this is Emily Sue. Good sign that she's back on the field. And Sue makes a pass now that connects with Ninesling.
And I'd say not just a good sign, that's a great sign. So potentially just maybe a cramp or something little. And we'll have to see if Sue can try to get some points right here.
And
so far, Sue hasn't been on the board.
Murphy McDonough was taken down there by Holliston Wagner. And I know they're Sunshine State Conference rivals, but strange, I'm not trying to imply that there's bad blood, but that the play has been that physical that we have seen so many players go down.
Yeah, and taking a look at some of these games, because there have also been some men's lacrosse games we've been calling that have gotten very physical. These look a lot more accidental and just happenstance, where players are in the wrong place at the wrong time, or someone just tries to get a little bit too aggressive on a challenge. No bad blood or no malice intended, and you still get a bit of a bad collision.
And there is a call against Holliston Wagner. And so an extra player opportunity here for the Eagles is coming with 4:40 left in the third quarter. And now play resumes as there's a pass. And looking for the shot was Ninesling, sends it back into the corner. And now McDonough looking for an open teammate, gives it back to Ninesling. And nice footwork by her. The Spartans defense comes over to help out. And Squire tried to shoot it, but the ball wasn't in her stick. And off to the races go the Spartans. Danny Waters crossing the Eagles line. A pass over connects with Christina Romano. And quickly on the doorstep, Pierpont wanted to shoot. And credit the defense for getting over on her in time, as there's a pass now for Colderman. And it goes down to Olivia Mott. Loose ball. Let's see who gets there. Mott is able to pick it up. And this is Pierpont behind the Embry Riddle net. Pierpont looks in front. Only blue shirts there. So she goes instead to Madison Birch. And way over to Cece Colombo, who had just come on. Colombo with a little extra step there and not enough to accelerate past the defenders, so the pass is to Mott, and now up top for Colderman, and over to Colombo once again. Quick pass by Cece. Pierpont behind the net over to Mott. 25 on the shot clock. Pierpont looking in front. Gives it to Colderman. And Colderman, defense playing her tough. Pierpont in behind the net. 15 on the shot clock. Cece Colombo goes to work, and the lane closes up, and they score. And Cece Colombo paid the price, but her teammates complete the play by getting another one past Aubrey Fixon, and we're back into another 10-goal Tampa lead.
And that is taking one for the team. You take a bump, you fall down, but you get the pass off, and a beautiful assist right in front of the goal. Nothing that Fixon can do there. And it puts the Spartans back up by 10, 13-3. And Colombo had just come on as Tampa was able to kill the player advantage that Embry Riddle had when Tampa had brought the ball back up. There was a 5-on-6 for a minute or so, which does explain Tampa's slower possession and less aggressiveness in trying to score. But once the player came back up, that's when the Spartans once again got back to striking. And Sarah Hinkle is going to score and now officially complete a hat trick.
So between Hinkle and Madison Birch, they have 7 of the Spartans' 13 goals. And technically that goal did come with the Spartans a player short. And so goals of many varieties here as UT goes back into a 10-goal lead, which means that we're back to a running clock. And Cece Colombo wins that draw cleanly herself. That was Sally Squire challenging her. And now with 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the third quarter, the Spartans take it down behind the Eagles' net once again. And that's Pierpont. Pass up top for Colderman. Colderman hits Birch, scores! Madison Birch gets her 5th goal of the game. And the Spartans pouring it on now, 14-3.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Birch and Hinkle in the upcoming rendition of Annie the Musical on campus, because they are singing the song Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better almost perfectly. Hinkle gets a 3rd goal. Birch says, hey, I can do it better. Here's my 5th goal right afterward. These two are in an arms race of goal scoring, a nuclear proliferation of goals with 8 combined on the day. 8 of the 14 Spartans goals coming from that dynamic duo. The Spartans lead by 11 with about 40 seconds once play resumes in the third quarter.
Cece Colombo got the assist on the goal. That's her 3rd assist of the game, and this is her out there for the draw against Elizabeth Ninesling. And the Eagles with the possession here, and just 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see if they can get a shot away quickly. That is assuming that they continue to possess the ball. As you saw it loose there, here's Garofalo with it. 10 seconds left in the quarter, and Eliza Garofalo sends a pass that misses, and it goes out of bounds. And that will just run down the rest of the clock for the third quarter. So with 1 quarter remaining, the Spartans have their foot on the gas. They lead at 14-3. We'll be back with the fourth quarter on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
I think that went a little long.
And we're back, about set to start the fourth and final quarter. This is the final home game of the season for the Spartans. They have one more game left on the schedule. That will be Saturday afternoon down in Boca Raton against number 17, Lynn. And we do encourage you to watch TampaSpartans.com for information on the Sunshine State Conference playoffs in terms of scheduling, location, game times, the whole 9 yards. If you're watching this game from an Embry Riddle perspective, your team's final game comes up Sunday at home, and that will be senior night when St. Leo provides the opposition. And right now it's the Spartans and the Eagles getting ready to start quarter number 4. Shots on goal are 20-6 in favor of UT.
I can tell looking at the crowd, a little bit quieter of a game, although we see plenty of Embry Riddle supporters making the trip to Tampa. But also in the crowd we see the family members of Paige Short, the senior defender here. We see the number 35 in the crowd, and we haven't seen Short get a lot of action here, but hopefully Short gets some action in the fourth quarter, being able to help preserve the Spartans' lead. Tampa once again will be playing to the right, attacking that way, and to the left will be the way Embry Riddle goes. On the draw, won by Embry Riddle.
Somehow they come out of the pack with it, although there's a bobbled ball. And let's see where this one goes. It's headed out of bounds, and the official on the far side of the field right on the spot to call it in favor of the Eagles. And off to the races goes Evelyn Leonard. Leonard fires a pass over for Zariah Durham. Durham has one of the 3 Eagles goals, and this is her now with the ball and sends it up top. That's Ninesling. Ninesling chased by Gallinson. Pass into the corner. And good defense there by Holliston Wagner as it's sent up top now for Daly. This is Ninesling again. And Ninesling has some room to work. Takes a shot. Scores! Elizabeth Ninesling. And that makes it 14-4.
That's a well-placed shot by Ninesling. And earlier in the game, Ninesling had actually gone down on a collision. And it's clear to see she's back up and running and doing A-OK. With that, the gap is back down to 10. And just on the play, Ninesling gets some open room and takes the shot that's able to get by Walling. And now, Spartans' lead is shrunk, but it hasn't stopped the running clock just yet.
Goal number 31 on the season for Elizabeth Ninesling. And now we'll see Sarah Hinkle out there for UT against Ninesling on this draw. Draw controls are 11-9 in favor of the Spartans to this point. And Cece Colombo controls that one for the Spartans. And she takes it down into the Embry-Riddle end of the field. Drops off a pass for Pierpont. Over for Emma McLaughlin. And now Christina Romano. Over for Birch, Hinkle, and McKelsey Montgomery. She sends a pass behind the net to Colombo. Colombo crossing with Pierpont. And now a pass. Romano looking for some room. Nothing there. Pass, and Birch again looking like she wants to shoot from way outside. Behind the net with it is Colombo. Colombo goes back behind the net. A little flip pass for Pierpont. Nobody open in front. Birch to Emma McLaughlin, and that one goes wide and out of play. 12 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Pierpont picks it up. Pierpont, one-on-one, no. She sends a pass in front. Hinkle scores! Sarah Hinkle with her 4th goal of the game, and the 11-goal Tampa lead is restored.
The goal arms race continues between the United States of Hinkle and the Birch Republic. because those two have now combined for 9 goals. That is Hinkle's 4th. And they have been putting on a masterclass of how to score, as we see on this play right here. Hinkle's able to get up close off a great assist by Pierpont and score. And by the way, that's Pierpont's 3rd assist of the day. So even though Pierpont only 1 goal, has been able. Why did I say that twice? I don't know. But 3 assists, 4 points in total. A great day for Pierpont alongside 4 goals for Hinkle.
And Pierpont came into today's game second on the team in points with 41. Birch had come in leading the team with 45, so 45 now for Pierpont. Although Madison Birch, 5 goals. And so on the season, Birch is now at the 50-point plateau. As you see the Spartans in possession here again. Emma McLaughlin for Christina Romano. Romano sends a pass for Pierpont, and she goes in behind the Embry Riddle net. Now to the far side of the field, Sarah Hinkle is coming out on the field. I believe that's Gracie Colombo. Indeed it is. And Montgomery with a pass to Birch. And that one intended for Pierpont misses. And so the Spartans will turn it over, as going back to retrieve it is Emily Sue, and gives it to the goaltender Fixon. Teletovic bringing it up, has a little bit of room, and the pass is dropped and then picked right back up by Ninesling, and away she goes across the Tampa line. Ninesling splits the defense, nice pass, and in front, oh, what a save there by Walling. And the Eagles get the rebound. Daly said, look what I found, and then they start working it around the perimeter, and Durham with a nice little move gets inside, scores! Zariah Durham, and that'll be her 2nd goal of the game, and the score now 15-5.
And the only problem for Walling on that goal is just that genetics didn't help her, because all it took was a very nice reach on the goal right there to get just over Walling's stick and helmet to fit it right into the goal. A good job by Durham to be able to utilize her height to her advantage and get the 5th goal of the game for the Eagles to bring the deficit back to 10.
Clock continues to run, and at the moment I'm speaking shows 8:40 left in the game. Cece Colombo out there for this draw for the Spartans. 17 turnovers, by the way, for Embry Riddle. Something that Eagles head coach Leah Peppelman is not going to want to see when she looks at the final numbers for this one. And there's the Spartans in possession again as Pierpont brings it down. Pierpont being chased and sends a pass for Olivia Mott. Mott behind the Eagles net. Sends a pass in front. Pierpont and a little flip pass. And down goes Olivia Mott. And the official right there on the spot calling that one for the Spartans. And Mott will restart from the end line. Pierpont with a pass over for Colderman. And up top with it, Birch. Over for Bryn Nestor now. Colombo pass behind the net to Mott. And Mott sends it to Colderman. Still 45 on the shot clock. Nestor. Spartans looking like they're in no hurry here. And there's a pass over for Colderman. Colderman has some room to work. Starts her move and sends a pass in behind the net. Back out in front. They score! Lizzie Pierpont. And some great passing there by the Spartans. And they go back into an 11-goal lead.
Yeah, this period has been just a lot more offensively focused. Both teams have been able to get 2 goals so far. And Pierpont now is tied for the most points scored in the game alongside Birch with 5 total, 2 goals and 3 assists. And that's another great goal by Pierpont, as we saw on the replay. Well-worked play and able to find the back of the net. Olivia Mott is able to get assist number 3, so Pierpont, Mott, and Cece Colombo all have 3 assists this game. So it's not just the goal scorers who've been able to set some really good goal totals. It's in the assist category that trio has been sharing the love throughout the entirety of the Spartans roster.
And the Spartans up to 16 goals. I had mentioned earlier that they average approximately 16.5 a game. So they're right on par with what they've done throughout the season. And still 6 minutes to go in the game as Olivia Mott takes it behind the Eagles' net. Pass up top now for Nestor. And Nestor over for Kolderman. Kolderman beats the defender, takes a bounce shot, scores! And Julia Kolderman finally gets into the goal column. As I mentioned before, her name has been called an awful lot today, and until then had not dented the scoreboard, but finally does so to make it 17-5.
Yeah, and Kolderman, I know, as you were saying, Bruce, we've been talking about Kolderman a lot. Kolderman has had 3 shots previously, or 3 shots in total. 2 of them had been misses, but this time it finds the back of the net, and this time reportedly unassisted. Tampa now leads by 12 as we're about to reach 5 minutes to go in the final quarter.
Goal number 26 on the season for Kolderman. And now the draw at midfield features Cece Colombo and Elizabeth Ninesling. And you see possession to the Eagles as it's up ahead to Zariah Durham. Durham trying to get out of traffic, sends it back for Kendall Leonard, and then she gets it over for Teletovic. Up ahead with it goes Ninesling, and Ninesling finds a little bit of room, and the official right there is going to make a call against the Spartans as we're down to 4:15 left here in the game, and we'll get a free position attempt for Elizabeth Ninesling. She does have 1 goal so far in this game, and going one-on-one here against Alex Walling, shoots it wide, and possession stays with the Eagles as they quickly restart it. That's Anna Maurer, and Maurer has it knocked from her stick, and it's going to go out of bounds, and the official back there rules in favor of UT. And so now Aaron Sistek playing it over, and the Spartans get off to the races as Hollison Wagner pushes it up ahead. Danny Waters across midfield connecting with Emma McLaughlin. McLaughlin, she'll push it into the corner. Pierpont waiting for it, and now Olivia Mott behind the Eagles' net. Over for Kolderman on the other side of the field. 3:10 left in the game. Kolderman looking to go one-on-one, a little move, and sends a pass behind the net instead. And in front, Gracie Colombo, and the shot doesn't get through. It's handled there by Aubrey Fixon.
And Fixon, another great save right there. And even though Fixon has conceded 17 goals, a lot of them have been ones that are just hard for any goalie to stop. And that's the sad truth about being a goalie. Everyone thinks that, oh, as a goalie, you're able to make these crazy saves. Realistically, I'd say half the goals that you're seeing as a goalie are ones that you know are nearly impossible to stop. But sometimes you're also able to make saves, and as we see right there, just how difficult it is. Walling not able to come up with the save right there, as Devin Tutt is able to come in and score to bring the deficit back down to 11. So with 2:15 now and still going down on the clock, Embry Riddle back on the score sheet once more. Todd able to score her first goal of the game, assist by Murphy McDonough. And looking at the replay, comes from the far side, all open, and decides to take it, saying, hey, I've got some open space, Bruce. Why don't I try to take that shot? And it works out.
And both teams have now scored 3 times in this quarter, although as the expression goes, most of this is coming in what they call garbage time. So the final score won't really be indicative. If you look again at the end of 3 quarters, it was 14-3, and I think that's really kind of a good snapshot of what this game looked like. And a great job there by Cece Colombo. And that is why she has won more than 100 draw controls in her career. As the Spartans come down looking for more, Sarah Hinkle with a pass over. And now they send a pass that misses Olivia Mott. And it'll be turned over as McKelsey Montgomery sent it a little bit too high. And the Eagles with 70 seconds left. And a loose ball. And the official right there calling it for Embry Riddle. And up ahead to midfield, there's another loose ball, and O'Neill Gallinson chases it down for UT. And off she goes across midfield. Gallinson, I always talk about the wheels that she has. Look at her go. And Gallinson brings it all the way down into the Eagles' end, and the Eagles somehow come out with it. Teletovic was the one that recovered. And now the goaltender Fixon looking for an open teammate. 30 seconds remaining. This is Kendall Leonard. And Leonard gets across midfield.
Leonard able to get the pass off as 3 Spartans try to contest the ball. Looking for another chance with 15 seconds to go. Weaving past a few defenders. A good save by Walling.
Walling got her stick down just in time. And it's going to be retrieved back there by Anna Maurer. But the time is going to wind down on the Embry-Riddle Eagles as the horn goes, and a collision behind the net fittingly to end the game. We saw so many of those, and getting up is Anna Maurer. She's okay, and the Spartans are fantastic. They've just posted a big 17-6 victory for their 4th straight win, and now they improve to 9-6 on the season, while Embry-Riddle falls to 13-3. And Taylor, Embry-Riddle's going to have a short memory of this one.
And like I said, there's a great quote from Ted Lasso on the TV series. You have to be like a goldfish because they have short memories. This is a loss you need to put in the back of your mind and say, okay, not the best day. Let's focus on what we can do tomorrow and the day after that. And then the week after that, once Sunshine State Conference tournament play gets underway. And with a solid record in conference and record overall, we'll see the Embry-Riddle in that tournament. But also, we should see the Spartans, who have come on a tear in the later parts of the season. And even though the record isn't necessarily one you'd expect of a top 15 team, Tampa is a top 15 team. And games like today prove why they are.
It's going to be a long bus ride back to Daytona Beach for Embry-Riddle, but that's where they will head to play their final game of the regular season on Sunday afternoon against St. Leo. And as I mentioned, this was the final regular season home game for the Spartans, so they are victorious as they now get ready to head south to go to Boca Raton to play number 17 Lynn on Saturday afternoon. Here they beat the Eagles 17-6. They outshoot them 25-10. And big games offensively for Madison Birch, who had 5 goals, and Sarah Hinkle, who had 4. 5 points for Lizzie Pierpont, who had 2 goals and 3 assists. Olivia Mott with a 4-point game, 1 goal, 3 assists. And Cece Colombo finishes with 3 assists as well. And number of players getting 1 goal each, and it all adds up to a huge